Alright everybody, it's Broke Boy Blaze here. With this video, I'm just showing my Pokemon collection. Um, I have way too many cards, I think. And I don't think I'm gonna go for any other Pokemon cards. I wasn't one of those people that wasn't really into Pokemon like that. I was into the Pokemon card collecting, but not the game playing. So, a lot of these cards really don't mean nothing to me. Just if I like the artwork, I like the artwork, but you know, Pokemon cards, I'm a Pokemon fan for sure. I love the anime, I love the video game, but the actual game, I can never catch on. So I just left that one alone. So, and then I pretty much have all the. Do I have Arceus? I just got a C5 Arceus. If anything, if I don't have Arceus, that's probably the only one that I want. Or I'm pretty sure I have Kyrium. Not sure, I'm pretty sure I have Arceus. I don't care if the card's fake or real either. Obviously, I'm not trying to go get fake cards, but if I get fake cards, I get fake cards. It is what it is. As long as it's the one that I want. My favorite Pokemon in all of the Pokemon is Kyrium, of course. I like that fusion with Reshiram and it's Reshiram and Kyrium make black Kyrium. No, Reshiram's the white dragon. I'm sorry. Reshiram and Kyrium make white Kyrium, and then it's that black bee looking thing. I forgot its name. That one mixed with Kyrium gets black Kyrium. I like all Kyrium forms. Arceus, of course, one of my favorites too. I love Arceus. Arceus is a legend. Even in the Pokemon game, I have my phone, and I make sure I have like 4 or 5 different Arceus with that use different elements. Arceus is legendary. The only thing I didn't do was pay real money to get the Super Legend Arceus that has all of the elements in one. The original creator Arceus. I don't have that. My next favorite would be Mew and Mewtwo. I'll count them both together. Those are my dogs. I love Mew and Mewtwo more than Pikachu. I think Mew is a cuter animal than Pikachu, in my opinion. So, fuck. I rock with Mew. I rock with Mew. Fully rocking Mew. I fully rock with Mew. Who else would I say? Okay, what's his name? That's bad. Charizard. I like Charizard. All forms of Charizard. Charizard X, Charizard Y, Black Charizard, Mega Charizard. I like all Charizards. Eternatus too. I had Pokemon Sword on my Switch. I like Eternatus. I like Pokemon Sword. I like Pokemon Shield. And I think for Pokemon, oh yeah, I like Gyarados. I like regular Gyarados and red Gyarados. I like Gyarados. And I like the fighting chicken. That's my dog. That's my dog. The fighting chicken. That's my slime. Hitmonchan or whatever his name is. That is my slime. And Greninja, because you know, he a real ninja. And Lucario. I think that's the last one. Those are all the ones that I like. I don't need nothing more once I have those. I'm happy with that. No cap. So with this, I'm probably gonna be done. Probably done collecting this. We'll see though. We'll see. You never know what happens in the future. Might see a super deal or something that I like. We'll see.
Plausibility that aliens might be demons, and by definition, I presume demons are evil, they're bad.
It's reactionary. Now, I would say that there's certainly elements of the alien presence that are demonic. I would use that word. I'm specifically referencing the alien abduction phenomenon, gray aliens. I get people all the time coming to me constantly who are abductees who have been involuntarily inducted into this program, which turns out is a breeding program. So there's something very nefarious going on there. Most of these individuals with whom I talk about their abduction experiences desperately want to stop, and it's a quite terrifying ordeal for most of them. And so I would categorize that as nefarious, but to use the word demon, the problem with that word is when Christians invoke the word demon, they don't ever define what they mean by demon. Because the reality is that within the context of the biblical narrative, a demon is something very specific. You know, there's a different definition for demon in Western tradition. In our Western Christian culture, a demon is anything that's scary or grotesque or bad or evil. We'll call it demon. But that's a very broad, unbiblical definition of demon. According to the biblical narrative and according to Hebrew cosmology, demons are something very, very specific. They're the disembodied spirits of dead giants, believe it or not, from the world before the flood. That's what demons are within the context of Hebrew cosmology. So this is my problem. When someone says, oh, aliens are demons, my first question is, define what you mean by demon. Do you mean that some of these beings may be bad, may have bad intentions, that some of these beings may represent the quote-unquote fallen angels from the biblical narrative? Sure. I mean, I'm sure that's the case for some of these groups, but it doesn't define the totality of the phenomenon, in my opinion. I think you've got to be very careful with that kind of terminology because it sounds, quite frankly, it sounds ignorant and reactionary.
It does.
I don't say right now, I have no idea. I'm totally convinced gray aliens exist, 100%, okay? And the Nordics as well. I have no idea what these things are. I have no idea what these things are. And I would never claim to know because I simply don't.
I think there's good, I think there's bad. I think that there are people out here who have created the grades to do what the grades are doing, which may be bad. And I think there's shit out there that's good, that's three that are related. One of them are good, one of them are bad. I got all types of species, and some can be still good, some can be bad. My grandmother told me there's good and bad in everything. Believe half what you hear, half what you see, and use some reasoning along with that. Y'all need another concept. This shit sounds ignorant to say all of it.
Somehow that's not going to show us it. It's actually strange. It's when Matthew now isn't in the list. Other members of the royal family, they've got numbers next to their names. For Samuel, for example, we know exactly how many times this number appears. Other names, public, counted, released, but Lady Queen, no number, no count, no explanation. You don't give up transparency. You wouldn't just skip the most powerful person and get through the fire's institution. You would miss everyone equally, but they didn't. And I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm not saying she committed any crimes. I'm just saying that information is being released publicly, and one person's silence protected more than everyone else's, and you have to act yourself right. Especially when you remember how you mishandled something, requiring removal to when things were buried, not confronted, and the way that the system goes around the problem instead of exposing it. Yeah, that doesn't feel accidental. That feels managed, because transparency isn't real transparency if some people are protected from it.
She has the right shit.
I would say, what is the probability that Biden actually wasn't the president and Jeffrey Epstein did? Because he was pretending to be Joe Biden. It was 40 years while Biden was the president. I would say that at this point, after reading everything in the piece, I think there's at least a 1% chance. Yeah, there's at least a 1% chance. And again, all of the answers I'm getting here are not zero.
Gorgeous, my lord! Wait, look! Look!
Prayers, I hope nobody's hurt, especially kids.
So I want you guys to sit with this thought process for a minute. And then I want y'all to come back and tell me if y'all had a type of if y'all beat these kids. So this is what I have been hearing left and right from teachers who are going on to the internet, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
These teachers are coming forth left and right and saying, before I even get into this, these kids are 14 to 18 years old. I'm not even talking about 13 and under. I expected what the hell I'm about to say from them. But from these 14 to 18, this is a problem. One teacher has said, and I quote, that one of her kids has said that they have never had a first birthday. Another teacher has come forth and said, and I quote, they do not know the first day of the year. Another teacher has said, and I quote, they cannot read. One teacher has shown a 17-year-old handwriting, and you would think that a toddler wrote this shit. They cannot count. They cannot put together a complete sentence. And the system is just passing them left and goddamn right. Sit with this thought process for a minute. They're going to become adults. Well, the 18-year-olds, they already adults. If they cannot read and write, they honestly feel the back of their mind they never had a first goddamn birthday. They don't know when the first day of the new year is. How are they going to be able to get a job? How are they going to be able to decipher or differentiate the difference between any kind of word if they cannot comprehend nothing? And y'all wondering left and right why these teachers are quitting. These kids are the oldest out of listen, right? These are the next builders. These are the next cashiers. These are the next warehouse workers. These. And y'all wonder why AI is building the way that it's building itself. Y'all see a little goofy ass robot? Yeah, it's so sweet. It's just little robot now. Until they come up with a goofy ass tool talking about stuff, these Americans are stupid as hell. Let's put the whole robots in there to play. Bam. Listen, that's all process for this. And then when all of the teachers quit, and we have no more teachers left, and then y'all are left to fix for y'all bad ass kids for us. Yeah,
I told y'all when shit happened, bro. I said when I was teaching the third graders, it was like the level of the first graders below. There are schools that don't demand homework. No school, no homework type schools. This shit is crazy, bro. I could not deal with the teachers. I couldn't deal with the schooling system. I couldn't deal with none of that shit. None of it, bro. It's a setup. It's worse now than it was when we teach, bro. They teach way different than they teach now. When we were kids, bro, this shit, oh my God, I can't even, I just tried to explain this to my mom yesterday. Like, it is so hard to explain. One day I'll break it down. But bro, this shit is a setup. It's a setup. If you can't read or write, you can't read or write, you can't think somebody gonna think for you. Wasn't the schooling system made to create a nation full of workers, not thinkers? I think we really into their plan now. I think their plan is really flourishing at this moment. Any of y'all thoughts?
Yo, bro, the kid, man. padlock his bedroom, bro, this is completely unacceptable. He's in jugs of piss. This is not
Australia is a Tartarian empire. So this theory claims that Australia was part of the Tartarian empire, a technologically advanced civilization. According to believers, Tartaria wasn't a single country. Tartaria was a global system of interconnected regions. And what they would do is they would share technology, knowledge, and architecture with each other. A lot of people believe that the monuments we have in Australia and the buildings weren't exactly built from scratch. They weren't constructed new. They were reclaimed. One of the common beliefs is that Tartaria had access to advanced energy systems, and this energy system was known as ether energy. Space is not empty. This is the belief that space was filled with this invisible energy that would carry light and vibrations and force. Just so everybody knows, back in the 19th century, physics and medium was a substance that waves travel through. So think of it like this: sound has to travel through air, and waves travel through water, and ripples and vibrations have to travel through a surface. Light is a wave. It has to travel through something, because all waves need to travel through something. Sound waves, light waves. So what wave is light traveling? And the answer is ether. Think of ether as the extremely thin cosmic fabric that you can't see. That is what light would be traveling. There were some extremely famous scientists that have a lot of documented research and work surrounding ether. Scientists like Isaac Newton, James Maxwell, and Nikola Tesla. It was stated that these big domes were a way to harness the energy from light that was carried by ether. So this is where big domes and spires and towers and symmetrical building in Tartarian lore really comes into play. These buildings were functioning components for an energy network, and then the conspiracy theory goes that there was a way to harness energy was through this architecture. People believe that this specific architecture would capture power. Electricity creates power. Tartaria captured power. These buildings were not built by our current civilization, but they were inherited. There is Tartaria today, so the theory goes that there was a huge global reset. That something catastrophic happened, a cataclysm, but a lot of people believe that there was a mudslide. Let It Go is a Native American legend that has a spirit of selfishness. The basic idea behind this is that it is a virus that can infect people if people allow it to. That makes someone become more self-desired and individualistic instead of caring for the community. The root word of Let It Go is the same root word for Wendigo, whereas the Wendigo has to do with someone and the desire for gluttony that overtakes them. The Let It Go is essentially the same thing as applied to greed and pride, which Wendigo, I definitely have to look at that. What this is saying in the greater sense is perhaps this disease of Let It Go has affected entire countries or potentially the world at this point. As over the last 100 years, society has gone with the idea of forward progression as a whole, instead looks at progression itself. So basically, this whole virus has made us all bad people, which isn't the weirdest on this iceberg.
The weirdest. I'm open-minded to think about it. This is the world's largest conspiracy theory iceberg. And in this TikTok, we're going to go through each and every single one. Moving on, we got the McFly code. This theory basically states that Back to the Future and all of its sequels predicted the future. Basically, the theory says that by hiding the images within the movie, they were able to basically warn the future or maybe set the future in motion. Some people, of course, said the secret predicts 9/11. As well as other disasters that happen. What is believed is that putting these things in the movie actually set forth human history to make these things happen. Virtual reality, flat screen TVs, Google Glass, holograms. Some people think that this has a much bigger future. But as you know, we got a long way to go because I want to take that conspiracy theory iceberg, y'all do let me know who they're taking. How'd y'all feel today, bro? Was y'all rocking with it? Was y'all not? Was it me? Was it cool? Was it fire? Let me know, bro. Let me know more what y'all want to see so I can get more at this, but I'll get to hype up the videos, but John only minutes in English. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we try to upload. Y'all know we come up with about 4 videos every single 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. When you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps let it grow, helps let it get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content. Tap in with this content. I appreciate you watching TV, whatever the case is. I'm Whisper 7. Love y'all, play me. I'll see y'all in the next one. I know what it is. We gone.
It is lunchtime at Papa Beat Studios. I just had a bunch of, so now I'm driving. Just kidding. The boys here, I have Nick and Mary with me. Let me show Harry in the backseat. Everyone was saying, oh, let's do a nice chicken sandwich. Who doesn't like a nice chicken sandwich for lunch, right? But there's been a lot of stipulation, I should say, on where to go. Harry wants to go. Where do you want to go, Harry? Okay, so I want to go to Chick-fil-A, Harry wants to go to Wendy's, and then Nick wants to go to Popeyes. And it kind of made me think, what is the best chicken sandwich? And we looked up, there's a little list online of the 10 best supposed fast food chicken places. So we're breaking that stuff today. We're going to go out and we're going to see what's the best fast food chicken sandwich. This is a very divisive thing. I know a lot of people are going to say Popeyes, but I don't think I agree, but I'm willing to try it again today and see. So first up is Popeye. The weekend PG on here down in the Brazil. No. That's fucking good. Every time I hear it, it makes me want to not fucking eat it. No thanks. Can I just have one chicken sandwich, not a meal, just a sandwich? I'll do classic, please. And then no pickles on that. Thanks. Should have some tea. So it's brutal thing to scarf down with that whole liquid. Is there any rules? Is it sauceless? It's just whatever it comes on? It's just whatever they get. Because the sauce might dictate what makes it good. You know? I noticed they all come in these fucking tinfoil bags. Why is that? You just get Chick-fil-A? Why would they do that for any other stuff? That's true. Right?
You know what? Now you're speaking.
Pretty good sandwich. You want to bite? Get a little mayonnaise on it. No, here, turn the camera on so you can see scarf down the thing. You can never see like there's a metal spoon with some dumb, plastic, stupid fucking tiny spoon. They're like, it's disgusting. They have like scrape their fucking lips because the camera just like shove it into the mouth. They're like coughing up like, just like the lips in the picture. Saying like, all right, there you go. These are so small. Look at this little bottle right here. I feel really like the other guy. That's what I feel like right now.